Oh, yes. Just give me a couple of minutes. Hi, Komal. Hi, Alvin. And who else is there? I can see. Hey, hi, Rajashri Tai. Hi, Preeti. Just hold on. I have a few people here. I'm going to see if I have. Can I just check the viewers right now? Just give me a minute, please. Uh, Hi, Ritika. I can see you all. A couple of minutes before we start. Rajesh, Big Firm. Okay, nice to see you all, guys. Thank you for joining in. I had a small problem with the network. I hope it stays. Malvika, hi. I'm great to see you. Namaskar, Dr. Joshi. And Aditya. Oh, Aditya, very nice to see you too. Brilliant. So I think I should start now. Great. Not to waste too much of time because at times we have now landed up very close to the ending time. So here we go. My name is Amit Sangekar. मेरा नाम है अमित सांगेकर माझं नाव आहे अमित सांगेकर Welcome to Beyond Reading with You, Season 2, Session 13. Wow. Ooh, what a wonderful session we had yesterday on Maya Care, assisting senior citizens. All the earlier episodes are available on Facebook and the YouTube channel for Zilla. Going by the logic of season 1, 13 episodes constituted one season. Now, this is season 13 of session 13 of season 2. That means the final episode of season 2, the finale. It brings us to the end of season 2, and I'm extremely thankful to everyone who has supported me in different ways in this journey. Whether it is criticism, whether it is feedback, critic, sending across material to send to read, and all other kind of tips and tricks to be done. Each one of you has been extremely helpful. Well, we'll be discussing something very, very interesting today, the art of doodling. The Oxford Dictionary defines doodle as a rough drawing made absent mindedly. Now, the origins of this word go back to the 17th century, and it was a reference to a simpleton or a fool. There are some German links too for the word with a similar meaning. For those of you who still remember some old songs, would actually remember this from Yankee Doodle Went to Town. That's where doodle appears, where for popular memories. Some of the famous doodlers, Alexander Pushkin, physician John Keats, he actually used to doodle in the margins of his medical notes. And the great Rabindranath Tagore himself, who used to doodle in his manuscripts. Well, our very own poet, Preeti Nair, has sent across this beautiful piece where all this unintentional scribbling, doodling, sometimes all that so called nothingness turns into something. What that something is for each one is for you to decide individually. A new relation, a bond, a connection, a learning, or a new perspective. She calls this unintentional squiggle. I doodle while waiting for you at a local tapas and gin bar. Feels mindless, an unconscious distraction, yet looks like an expression of emotions in my sketch. I doodle you and me, two strikingly different individuals, feels asymmetrical, each torso hanging in space, yet looks like they coherently exist in my sketch. I doodle infinite arrows, depicting a way forward. Feels chaotic, each arrow in a different direction, yet looks like they bring calmness in my sketch. I doodle some poetic words, words never spoken between us. Feels disjointed, each word an unfulfilled desire, yet looks like the poetry blended in my sketch. I doodle our initials, marking the end of these scribbles. Feels so wrong, each letter never meant to overlap, yet looks so right in my sketch. I show you the sketch, hoping you experience every single line. Feels messy, you say, a web of unnecessary strokes, yet looks like a necessary addiction. My sketch was a mess, a desirable mess. Wow, what a beautiful way to literally explain doodling and the thoughts which could go in one's mind. Our first guest today is this extremely talented lady who drafts and vets legal documents on weekdays and turns into a doodler on weekends. A daydreamer who often needs to be brought out into the real world. A connoisseur of all things artsy and musical, a plant lover, addicted to watching just about everything on YouTube, and a sincere student of life. She is forever in the quest of making the world a better place, one doodle at a time. She firmly believes that the art, any kind of art, should reach many people. And to put in her own words, till the time art does not stir something in people, मला शांती नाही मिळणार. I will not find peace. So, hopefully, she is around after this introduction, and let me try and give. Where is she gone? Oops. Komal, I am unable to add you. Komal, if you are on the laptop, you will need to move to the, please move to a mobile device because it shows me unable to join for some reason at your end. Or I could take you from your other account or your mom's account. If that is fine, let me know because it says unable to join at my end from your account. Just let me know here by a comment in the comment box, or if you can send me a request from your end. Vaibhavi, I see the same at your end too. Are you able to send me a request if possible? Just let me know, Komal. And that's a very strange error which has happened this time. It just tells me unable to join. Komal, if you are able to send me a request, please do. If you're not able, yeah. Just hold on. I'm trying. Trying with Komal. Komal, if you can just message either from your account or your anybody at home's who's there at home, you could just tell me. By the way, I think I get your. I can see you round, but I'm still trying to figure out if. Yeah, I can. By the way, I can see your request. So keep that request. Don't delete it. I'm going to wait for Komal to come in. Just hold on. Just give me a minute. There are always challenges technologically. So, yep, she says one moment. So we are waiting for a moment. Oh, by the time till we are waiting, I'm going to read out this something else which I have, which is again about how should I put it? Lines and curves. So somebody wrote these beautiful lines when I was researching about doodling. I came across them, and they go like this: In the world of lines and curves, I was questioned at the doorstep. Are you a line or a curve? I decided I was a curve, and they let me in the group of curves. Somebody asked, why is your curve not curvier? You must go to the line instead. I said, fair enough, and moved over to the group of lines. Somebody again said, you are too crooked to be a line, go away. Go away. Disappointed, I realized I had nowhere to go. There was no group for me. I was a curvy, crooked line. I was a nothing. Then along came a curve and a line. They were curious of what it would mean to push their boundaries. So I asked them to hold hands, and suddenly I realized I was not alone. I held their hands too, and we were transformed. We wriggled and jiggled and broke our molds and formed a perfect circle from our imperfections. And now I belong somewhere and I'm not a nothing anymore. That is how doodles, most of the guys who go in for doodling write about doodling. So now I'm going to try again. Let's see. Okay, I can't see. Should I add you from your mom's account? Komal, I still can't see you online. Why we don't remove that request of yours because I don't want to land into the same position. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, I will check now. Just hold on. Komal, have you joined the live? I can't see you in the live at the moment right now. Can you send me a request to be part of the live? I can see a request from your mom's end. So if she could remove her request and sorry about that. So what we are going to do is, if we cannot get Komal right away, we will have. Oops, just hold on. I got something. Oh yeah. Ha, 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 ha. I pray strongly. I'm still praying, and I'm still okay. Hi.
Hi. Am I audible?
Finally, technological challenges always.
Oh God.
Oh boy. Okay. So, people, I have already given you a very eloquent description of Komal,
Yeah, I heard that.
and
Yeah.
just in short, she's an amazing person. Okay. So if you and her doodles reflect what kind of a person she is, it's a pleasure to have you today, Komal. I'm going to dive right in because we have lost some amount of time in here. So I'm going to say a few things. So tell me, first of all, how is this entire situation treating you? Are you all fine? Is everybody at home okay?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, cool, cool. And so to start off, tell me, what does art mean to you really?
Oh, that's a big, there's a big description to it, but then to put it short, I would say that art is a way of describing myself, like what I genuinely feel. Sometimes it's also, that lets me, it, I can let my stress out.
Okay,
And I'm just relieved once I doodle something. So
okay,
my sister often says that once you are done with your doodling, you lay on your bed like you have accomplished some herculean task. Like I am just done because it's that's so much energy that I put into that paper,
correct.
that once it's done, I'm just I'm relieved. So
Awesome.
yeah, so it's a stress relieving thing for me on a
Okay,
personal level. And I feel that there are things that I need to express to people, which I cannot express well in my words, like one on one when I have a conversation with them.
True.
So I think art is a good way of putting it there.
Okay. How did your introduction to doodles happen? Was it some kind of a natural progression from something else, or did it just was it just there waiting to be expressed?
Oh, I think doodling started way back in school.
Okay.
Like, I was so bad at math, and I used to doodle on the last page of my math page, and I was caught. And I
Okay.
had not done the homework, and I was doodling in the class. So I think since then, my math teacher had she had her eyes on me, like, am I solving or am I doodling? She used to come and check my book, and she used to check my last page of the book, and thankfully then I had to stop it. And so this particular page that I started on Instagram has, I think it has a very deep significance in my life, because while I was doing my law and we had our final exams, and
Yeah.
I had not cleared one paper in my final year, which is very disappointing, because I thought that, now I'm done and I'm going to work, and all those things. So you look forward to your journey after your studies are done. And when I did not clear the paper, and I had a gap of almost 8 to 9 months at that point of time,
Okay.
so I didn't know what to do, and obviously it kind of got onto me, mentally and emotionally. And like every girl, I turned to my girl gang, and so them being them, real badasses, they were like, "We should not keep quiet. You should do something. You should start something, and start with." Your art page on Instagram, and now like social media is big, so you should start your page. And I was so nervous before starting this page, that I was reluctant. So I used to get messages every week: "Have you started your page? Have you started your page?
Okay.
We are not seeing it." So there was actually a force that pushed me, like, do it. Every week there was a reminder.
I'm
So
very thankful to your friends for having done that. And there is one of your friends who's been laughing her heart out, Hiral Bhuptani, I presume. She was laughing her heart out when you said all that. So yeah, great. Wow.
Y- Yeah, because they were so irritated with me. They were like, "What are you doing? Don't do it." And one thing they said, that if you ever get an order to do something, don't do it for free. Me being me, I could have done it for free anytime. So they were like, "No, you're not doing this." So finally, I started this page, and I think they are the force behind it. And the girl gang includes my mom and my sister. I think they were like, "You should definitely start with it." And so I had good 8 to 9 months before I started working. And I realized that it was a way that I could, you know, uh, I was healing within. Like, all that I had accumulated for so long, because it was it's so disappointing, when, and you compare yourself at such, in such phases. So I think
I love your mom. You know what she just says? She needs to credit me too. Where do you think she gets the genes from?
that's my sister commenting on her behalf. I'm so sure.
Nice. But I think you were getting into my next question very the same way I was going to ask you. What does actually doodling mean to you? Because I'll tell you, I remember one of our last sessions where we had a very fantastic artist, Rahul Inamdar, who spoke about
Yes.
abstract art. And you replied to it saying that it was like someone read your mind. Okay,
Yes.
so just tell me, what does doodling mean to you? Is it a message? Is it deeper? Is it time pass? As is it for some people? How is it for you?
So it started with a time pass, and of course there were forces who were messaging me every week. So I was like, now I need to do this. So I started it out, and eventually it became a part of, now. Then I started looking forward to every Saturday and Sunday, because then I started getting messages like, "I'm waiting for the Saturday, so that I can see your doodle, and I'm so looking forward to it. And why don't you make this? Why don't you do this more often?" So I was so happy knowing that, yes, I mean, there is a good response, and I can do something, and I can express myself the way I want to, without, and there are people who like what I'm doodling plus the messages.
Correct.
So yeah, I began that way, and I think, yeah.
Wow. Now, is the how should I put this? Uh, is there anywhere you draw inspiration from specifically? So I'm asking you two things here. Are there is there any specific person, so in terms of a doodler themselves, where you draw inspiration from, or is it anything around you that gives you inspiration?
Everything around me. So, so there are childhood memories which kind of inspire me to doodle. So I recently did this doodle wherein so I'm doing this series called "What Quarantine Taught Us." So because this is something that we all are experiencing and something we all are doing, so I felt that I should do it. And there was one particular illustration that I made wherein I showed a grandmom with a girl, her granddaughter hugging her.
Yes.
So that was, and then a protective layer around her saying that, you need to protect your elders, your grandparents.
Correct.
So that was, though I drew it with another intention, for COVID, um, you know, this is from my childhood memory. Like when we used to go to the school and we used to come back. So mom used to work. So we used to go to our grandparents' home till the time
Right.
she was home. So the moment we got down from the school bus, and Mitali would get down, she would give her bag in my granny's hands, and she would hug her. And this is exactly the way she would hug. And my granny had exactly the same features: the pointed nose, that smile, and that
Correct.
curve on her hand. So I think everything is so something that I have seen, and that has been there in my memory always. I have never forgotten the way she hugged her, or even the one which I did for World Menstrual Hygiene,
Yeah.
health.
So before we get into that, I want to tell people about this particular one which you said. So Komal did this very wonderful series of these COVID during the COVID times, and I'll show you in line because I deliberately took screenshots of these so to show. So it started off with something like this, and for every single thing there was a message around it. So this one was around self-reflection, if I'm correct.
Yes.
So how COVID has told us about reflecting on self. Then she came up and did something, this one, which I presume was about, I forgot the name of the talk, nurturing.
Nurturing.
Yes. So then she spoke about a few topics. And I'll get into her second core competency of Komal, which is not just doodling, but writing and messaging. So I'll show people what I mean by that later. This was the one which she was referring to in terms of taking care of elders. This one was, I presume, taking care. Yeah, this was taking care of the elderly. This was connections. What was this about? If I'm not wrong.
Uh, I think this is what generally people probably, you know, uh, now this is like a long distance relationship.
Long
Their
distance
own setting.
relationships, correct, yes. How even in these times the long distance relationships are being maintained. And this was the last one I presume she did on this, was unconventional birthday celebrations during the times of COVID. So
Yes,
wow,
yes.
that is which I wanted people to have a look at. And you were coming to that specific topic. So Komal does not shy away from anything which the so-called society calls taboo topics. Okay, she uses doodles to express her ideas about it and tell them. And one of the most striking images I have, I will show you first the one which is about. So you were about to speak about this topic. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so this I had done during menstrual hygiene week. So actually, I think a couple of years back, I read this article wherein they had shown that due to lack of sanitary pads, in rural areas, or people who cannot afford them, there are women who use sandpapers, who use dirty clothes, a dirty old cloth, or even soil for that matter. And I think it was hurtful at a personal level. It was also cringeworthy because I felt so bad that
True.
I also felt privileged that we are so lucky that we have access to good hygiene facilities, and that kind of shook me. And I felt that people generally, this never comes across to us, like no one tells us that this
True.
is what you should be using during these times,
Very much.
and what are the changes that your body goes through, and what are the changes that your mental health goes through at such times. And I think I had decided that when I do this, I am going to include this illustration as well as talk about it. So I have been lucky that I have had friends, I have had my family with whom I have been open about these topics. We have openly discussed such topics, but
Right.
there are still people who don't. And I'm not talking about rural areas. Even in the urban areas, people shy away from topics like these. And I think this is exactly how the uterus reacts. So I think
True.
most people will find it very relatable. This is what you go through. So I just felt that rather than worrying about what people will talk about it, I think it's more important to educate people and tell
Right.
them that this is a very natural thing that happens.
True. I think you also spoke about this particular topic too.
Yes. Yes. So
This was
yeah.
about
So this
breastfeeding, I presume. Yep.
Yes, this was about World Breastfeeding Month, and it is such a beautiful memory for me because this was reposted by UNICEF, and it felt so
Awesome.
nice. I mean, yeah, such a personal achievement, and I had my small happy dance then, and and getting a compliment from my sister, like this is like the peak of doing good in your job. So for me, it was even more, such a happy moment. And most importantly, that it reaches more and more people, and they don't shy from these things. This is a very natural process that happens. Yeah. So
True. And I think the other one which I wanted you to speak about was this one, which I think you did on the World Breast Cancer Day.
yes, yes, yes. And this is also from a personal experience. We had a very, very dear person, someone dear to our hearts, and uh, so she passed away because of breast cancer. And I felt so privileged to do this because this was my personal tribute to her, because she was the one who was constantly on my mind when I was doing this, and I could imagine her, and she fought a brave battle. So I think, yeah, so this was my tribute to her, plus spreading awareness.
True. Wow. Uh, do you get, somebody asked right now, do you get mental blocks while doodling?
Always. Like it is so odd. Like this is such a beautiful question, because this happens to me all the time. So till the time I cannot think of something, I roam around the house. So when I'm in the office, there is some idea stuck in my mind, and I'm so confused that of course I have to roam around the office. I have to go to the washroom. I have to find all the places where I can be alone and I can think. So till the time that particular Saturday or Sunday doesn't go for on the paper, it is going to keep it kills me. So there is also one thing, that even if you have this creative block while doing it, there are ways to combat it. Like you can actually divert your mind. You should
Okay.
not overthink it at that point of time. You should listen to music, do something else that you like, talk on the phone, uh, go out, have a stroll. This is what I do. Or I go and talk to my sister. I tell her, that this is the problem I'm facing. So she gives me some inputs, and so at that point of time, it's the best to not stress yourself and divert yourself. And I think once you come back, you're easily able to do it.
You have mentioned your sister already 4 times on this session. I'm very
She'll be
intrigued
very
by
happy.
what she can offer to these sessions because, and I have a very interesting idea from her, which I possibly will advertise at the end of this session. But I agree, having a sibling like that, I
Yeah.
presume, really helps you get over a lot of things. It's kind of literally a sounding board at times where you want to give okay, this is my idea, does it work well, does it not work well. Has she taken up anything from you? Has she been inspired by you in any manner?
Amit, you're going to put me in trouble. This is a big risk.
No, no, you should
I
take
would.
risks. You're a doodler.
she is an amazing artist herself, and I think I think we are such different people that the only thing that bonds us is actually art. So when
Correct.
we look at something, we point out at the same thing, or when we are at some museum or a bookshop, we point at exactly the same thing, but we have
Wow.
different views about it.
Okay. Okay.
And even if when we see something, we come back, we have exact thoughts about something, and so art is actually that bonded me and her also. So she is an amazing artist, and I think she's good at cracking really bad jokes. This is putting me in
Yeah.
trouble, Amit.
But she calls that her core competency. So I'm going to use that core competency of her somewhere later on some other session. But I think it's a nice to have somebody like her. I'm sure she is listening and she'll at least get to know that I've said something good about her. So she'll be happy
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
Otherwise she'll keep complaining. But tell me, have any of your doodles ever disappointed you yourself? I mean, what you have drawn and you felt, oh no, this is crap. This is not what I wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I have put it and I felt that this is definitely not going beyond 100 because we need numbers also sometimes.
Correct.
So, but then it's 200, and I'm like, okay, I haven't really done well in this, but people have liked it. Maybe it's the message or something that really saved me. Otherwise, when I go back to the work, I feel, what was I even thinking? It's not really good. I could have done better. But you know what? It feels good to criticize your own work at times,
Correct.
and going through the work of other artists and doodlers. I think there are some amazing doodlers who inspire me a lot. So I think it's a nice thing. Like once you criticize, I think there's a room for improvement.
Right. Okay. So this is now a quite not kind of a technical question. So I'm trying to ask you now, how does it go from an idea that you have in your mind to paper? How does that process happen? And do you use any specific types of tools, color pencils or anything? That's a question which somebody has asked here too. Uh, is there anything which you use specifically, or whatever comes to your mind now? Do you have your weapons ready when it is to be put on paper? So yeah.
Yeah, so this was going to put me in trouble, but I carry my I carry a brush pen or a sketch pen with me always, like even in office or if I'm traveling to court and I'm in train, I jot down, I make a note of that point that this needs to be done, this needs to be included, because this detail is really important. So yeah, I so there are a lot of things. So there are weeks where I keep writing them down and what I want to include in it, and uh, there are also times when I want to say something, but I know I might not be able to communicate it well, so I convert it into a doodle. Like I have something since very long to speak about, and I don't know how to express it. So then I start making notes of how it can be put down in a drawing. So a person doing this, then there's this in the
Correct.
background. So generally I make there are mental notes. Obviously I make sometimes, but generally I write down so that I don't miss out on something. And if I'm stuck somewhere, then of course I have to go back to my mom or sister. If what do they think about it, and
What do you
what
think
what
about
can
it?
I include?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is how it goes. Yeah. And
Okay.
the pencils that I use are color pencils. So they're Stedler color pencils.
Okay.
So yeah, I use them.
Awesome. Uh, when your family first saw you doodling, I mean, one is the school part, but when this and that is, I'm sure the comments then would not have been pretty good. But now when they saw you seriously doing it, both those cases, what were their reactions?
So before I post it anywhere, there is a huge procedure. Like I lock down for, I lock myself for 10-15 minutes. So I think about it, what I have to make. Then once I make it, I show it to my mom and sister. So I know, by now I know how their reactions are to good, not so good, and great. So my mom is a very generous person. She will always say, "Wow, हे तर last time पेक्षा पण चांगलं आहे." Or she'll say, "Wow, girl, so nice." And my sister, I think when she says good, that is good. And when it is extremely good, then there will be an extra, wow, colorful. It looks nice, different, something like that. So
Okay.
yeah, so, yeah, so that is how it goes. And generally, I tell them once I have put it on the social media, I tell all of them that you guys have to go and like it. And I think my father really enjoys my doodles because he got to know from one of his friends that your daughter is so good at doodling, and then he started checking out my doodles. And and now it is so funny. He keeps a count of my likes. Like he says, "Oh, last time मला 200 मिळाले आणि या वेळेला 150." I was like, okay. So someone is having a watch on the numbers also. So yeah, they are very happy, and I think they are more happy with the messages that reflect in the doodle. So there are a lot of things that they came to know through it. So
Correct.
yeah, so they are very
No, I
happy.
can identify with that because trust me, I mean, as I went through Instagram from the inception of Instagram, literally, and I presume I have been on that platform for a very long time. Uh, there are doodlers everywhere, but not a large number of doodlers are able to combine their the messaging with what they want to. While I understand that at times doodling is a very personal thing, where those ideas may not really be something which everybody may understand, but the way you give voice to it through your writing, and I presume a lot of people who were commenting some time back, I had just shut off the comments because there were too many right now. So they identify with that your doodles actually convey messages in some form or the other, and that is what strikes a chord with a lot of people. So hats off to you. Now,
Thank you.
is there any particular doodle of yours which you think is your favorite till now? It's a very wrong question, but I'm still going to ask a cliched question. Okay.
Um, yeah, that's a difficult question. They're all they're like my kids. I cannot I cannot
Correct.
like choose. But I think this quarantine, the this series has been really special because this is exactly what we are going through. And
Yeah.
there are days which are not so good and really sad to put into words. And I'm so sure that all of us go through it. So yeah, this series has kind of been very special to me, and I keep thinking about what I can, how I can convey what we, feel, together, like how it is for everyone. So yeah, this is my favorite, and of course the one which was, uh, reposted by UNICEF. That is
UNICEF.
very special.
I
Yeah,
can
that was
agree
very
completely.
special. Yes.
Uh, no, and I think I was possibly going through a number of doodles, and I mean, yes, as you said, the COVID series has been pretty much a very good one. The idea of having, I think I missed one of the things which possibly I missed seeing from your doodles, and it's now become a kind of an expectation from you, literally, is when I didn't see anything on the migrant crisis from you.
Yes.
That is something which actually struck me. How come Komal has not yet doodled something on this particular one? But no, that is an expectation of a viewer or somebody who admires your work. I'm sure it goes through your mind, but not everything comes onto paper the way you want it to come out.
Yeah, this is like, you just spoke my mind. I did want to do something like that, and the thing is, I read a lot about it. I discussed a lot about it with my sister, with my friend, and actually, I felt very low while discussing it. So I really couldn't put it on the paper, but that was something that, yes, yeah,
Awesome.
that was very close to me.
Wow. Komal, thanks a ton. You have been absolutely amazing. I mean, I had a very. Yesterday was a session which was intense in terms of the services which those guys offered about to elderly people. Today, you spoke about something which actually calmed the mind to an extent, and yet there was the topic of the elderlies, which also came up through one of your doodles. So
Yeah.
as I go through all these various sessions, I try and find out these common threads, and I think it's some amazing work which you have been doing. Please carry on doing it. Do not let especially your sister stop you by saying that she's a better artist than you or anything. So I'm not going to miss a chance of pulling her leg. But I sincerely hope we can have her. Rather, forget just her. I think your family as a whole, unit, is extremely talented in their own ways. And I really hope that someday I can have, especially the three ladies of the house together. That will be amazing. But until
It would be
then,
a chaos.
sorry.
It will be a chaos.
It will be a chaos. Ah, yeah. But chaos is good, I think. I think chaos at times really is good, and it helps. But Komal, thank you so much. Thank you for being on this session. It means a lot, and I hope you keep doodling always and spreading these messages throughout. As the best way as you can. I think there's somebody called Psychotic Phenomena. I think should be your friend. I presume he's been complimenting, he or she, I'm not sure, but yeah, has been
Heavy. Yeah.
complimenting you for a long time, and similarly Hiral's been there for a long time. So brilliant. I think thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amit. I think this is the first time I'm going live. So I'm going to do my happy dance post this also.
I mean, you
And
can do it on screen. We are perfectly fine seeing it by the.
it cannot happen like this.
But I think we will someday I will be proclaiming to the world I took her first interview when she's
Thank you
there
so
to go
much.
and take some kind of an award or something. But great,
This
thank you very much.
extra.
You have a
Yes,
lovely
thank
rest
you.
of the Sunday. Say hi to
Yes,
everyone in the family and take care.
yes, I will. Yes, yes. Bye.
Bye. Wow. So that people was Komal with her doodles. Wow, amazing. And she is a lovely artist. She's a lovely person to speak to too. It was so very nice to speak to her. But today's session is not yet over. We have somebody else who will be joining us. Our next guest. Now I'm going to be a bit careful and not do introductions before I get the guest online. So I keep on introducing guests and suddenly the network disappears and the guest is not able to join. So all the impact of my introduction goes away. So let me just try and get now if she is still there, hopefully. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. So I've sent her a request. I'm going to wait. Wow. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, great. I wanted you to come on screen before I did the introduction, okay? Otherwise, it will be like.
Great.
So,
That's
our next guest for today is this enterprising lady who is an entrepreneur herself. She's the founder of Spice Holidays, a travel business. She's currently chronicling her travels on an online publication called Medium, if I'm not wrong, correct?
yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
So this is Vaibhavi. Vaibhavi, I have known her as a friend who hates me for not visiting her enough. And
Yeah.
but she's an I really look up to her for being able to, and I can see her daughter peeping from behind that she's a very nice girl too. She's a very nice girl too. But Vaibhavi's been known to me for now about close to what, 10 years maybe. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 years,
Yes.
I guess.
So yeah, and so Vaibhavi, how are things with you? What has been happening at your end?
Pretty much similar to what's happening with all of us. We are quarantined and we are trying to make the best of the time that we are getting together. I have a toddler and she's having a ball because everybody is giving her a lot of attention. And lots of cooking is happening, little bit of writing is happening. That's
Okay.
what.
So tell me about your writing. So currently you are writing all these. Your are these your own experiences, or are they something which you are just writing them as descriptions from for what you have read somewhere else?
No, so currently I'm writing about my own travel experiences,
Okay.
and I hope to travel a lot more because the idea is to bring out to people what travel actually means. Usually we find people are traveling, maybe monument visiting, or just kind of trying to complete a day-to-day itinerary,
Right.
but it doesn't really bring out the flavor of that particular place, or you've not really lived the life of the people of that place, or you've not really experienced what that place really wants to bring out, or what you would really like out of there.
Correct.
So when you choose a destination, why do you choose it? Is it because it's popular, or is it because you really want to be there and experience that place? So
True.
I'm kind of propagating the latter. And I think the trend of the younger generation, and even us for that matter, is tilting towards that.
Okay.
So I am now sitting and writing the blog so that I can bring out my experiences.
Awesome. No, good. I think also in the some of these times when we do not know when travels would likely begin, at least reminiscing about those times which have
Yeah,
been, or knowing about those places which for others which they may not have visited, is actually
yeah,
a good way to at least, I should not call them virtual visits, but at least experiencing them in some form is
yeah.
a good way through all these writings. So please do keep writing. I presume you have covered what, three destinations already?
Um, I have covered two,
Two. Okay.
and I'm about to publish the third one as well.
Okay. So if anybody wants to read, she writes on medium.com under Spice Holidays. So that's her venture. So please do go and read. Today, Vaibhavi, what do you have for us today?
So I didn't have anything specific in mind when I spoke to you. Earlier, I thought maybe I'll read a poem, then I switched to something else. And just before I spoke to you yesterday, I have subscribed to this channel called Brain Picking.
Okay.
And weekly, there is some kind of writing that comes, and it's about astronomy, nothing related to travel or nothing related to what is happening today. But I read a very nice piece, and it is completely something you can correlate to with what we are experiencing today. So I think I want to read that out to everyone.
Okay. Please.
All right. So it says stillness as a form of action. Even when nothing is happening, something is happening. This is a difficult fact for the human animal to fathom, especially for us modern sapiens who so ardently worship at the altar of productivity and so readily mistaken busyness for effectiveness, for the propulsion towards progress. Silence is a form of speech and an element in a dialogue. Stillness is a form of action and an element in advancement, in evolution, and in all forward motion. There are certain moments, as when winter cusps into spring, when nature itself reminds us of this slippery elemental fact. Buds begin to spine the skeletal silhouettes of trees, withholding leaves and blossoms until it is right, until it is safe to spill new life into the chilly air.
Wow.
At certain periods, a nation may be oppressed by such insupportable evils as to conceive the design of effecting a total change in its constitution. And at other times, the existence of a society itself is endangered. But such are the times of great revolution. The great gift of such periods is that they invite us to question our certitude, our givens, the seemingly sure foundations that have lulled us into complacency. For it is only when being jolted out of complacencies that we reach out beyond the horizon towards new territories of truth, beauty, and flourishing.
Wow.
So
This is
that's,
very strong. Forget being just deep. It is strong. It
yeah,
actually moves you into rethinking about a lot of things which have been happening. One is that, and the other is it makes your mind wonder where have you been all this time? What have you been doing?
yeah,
And
it
suddenly getting a
absolutely
new
does.
perspective.
Yeah. So for some of us, like it may be, we may wonder whether, this period is taking us X number of years back. And some of us may be wondering whether it's actually kind of setting a foundation for, to take us to the next level.
Correct.
it's the time to introspect. It's the time to realign. I don't know what what else.
No, true. And it somehow, I mean, I find a very, it's a subtle common thread, but a thread between what we were just discussing about doodling and this is about there is silence. Doodling is an art which you express literally. So that
Yes.
silence is now reflecting in some form of the other. And the doodles is one way where you do it. Some people do it through mandalas, some people do it through abstract art, some people do it through writing. I mean, each one is finding a way of not making that literal noise, but putting
Yeah.
that those thoughts into some kind of expression. And
Yeah.
so is this from a specific channel which you watch or
No, so this is from a publication called Brain Picking.
brain speaking? Okay,
And yeah, and they write about astronomy and nothing related to current affairs or nothing related to uh, it's specifically about astronomy and people
okay,
who are in love with the stars and
stars.
things like that.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Vaibhavi. Really means a lot that you came and you spoke about
Yeah.
such a wonderful thought. And
You're
I know
welcome,
I've been
Amit.
hounding you for a very long time. But
Yeah.
trust me, viewers, she's a very difficult person to get. Okay, I mean, as I
No,
told her, it's
I
very
just,
easy to
you know
get
my reason.
even Katrina Kaif, but not Vaibhavi
You
Alvin
know my
Rao.
reason, Amit.
No, no, but
Yeah.
thanks so much, Vaibhavi.
Yeah, thank
And please
you.
take care of yourself. And I promise that on the next Mumbai trip, I will come to your place. Okay,
Oh my God, that's on live
it's
channel.
online. Yeah, okay. So don't worry.
All
But thank
right,
you very
I'll
much.
see you
You take
then.
care of
Yeah,
yourself and
thanks,
say hi to
Amit.
everyone in the family.
I
Yep.
will. Thank
Take care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah, so, what an interesting session today. We had doodles, we had this lovely reading by Vaibhavi. Komal is, as usual, as a lot of people have said, was phenomenal. Yes, Alvin, I agree with you. She read out very nicely. And now, as I said, Komal was phenomenal with the work. I'm sure keep following her page at Komal underscore Salgaonkar, and you will see some wonderful doodles there, which she does. I This is the this brings us towards the end of this session. I'm not entirely done, but it's been wonderful bringing these sessions to you. This is technically the 26th session, the 13th session of season 2. And I've thoroughly enjoyed connecting with people, seeing different people, knowing their stories, bringing them to you, speaking to you, getting your feedback, understanding what is to be done. I've met some nice friends during this journey. I've made some very, very, very strong relationships during this journey. And I really hope that I can continue with this. I'm going to leave you with, as usual, and I thought I missed out in a large number of sessions, my very, very favorite book, The Boy, the Mole, The Fox and the Horse by Charlie Maxey. And I'm going to read out two quotes from that. So, one of the things which Charlie Maxey writes is, isn't it odd? We can only see our outsides, but nearly everything happens on the inside. Uh, Today, Komal showed us how that we are reflecting on the outside, but everything is the doodling is a way of expressing your insides literally. And I identify with Charlie Maxey saying this, that most of the things happen on the inside, and we are always focusing on the outside. Thank you, Malvika, for your kind words too. The last one, which I want to read out from Charlie Maxey, is it speaks about the mood today for me when I come to the end of this season 2. We have such a long way to go, sighed the boy. Yes, but look how far we have come, said the horse. And yes, we have come quite far. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting. Thank you, Kajal, for your kind words. Thanks, Chaitali, too. A number of people you have been with me in this journey. And I really appreciate your help. Preeti has been there. Preeti from two continents, one from this part of the world, the other from Australia, have been a part in their own way. When Preeti has not been able to attend, she has sent across her poetries, and it's been a pleasure hosting this. It's been a pleasure seeing all of you. I hope I can carry this on. There are people who want me to carry it on, but the end of it, one needs, as Komal said, that inner drive to get your expressions out. If that inner drive is there, then you can bring out those expressions in some form or the other. So, Vaibhavi, thank you once again for joining. Komal, thank you today too. And to each one of you, please stay safe and take care of yourself. This is Amit Sangekar signing off from Beyond Reading with You, the finale of season 2, session number 13. Take care and stay safe.